Monsters come in all shapes and sizes. Some big, some small, some pocket-sized, and some digital. Oh, that's right. I'm telling you that I can easily connect the two biggest names in digital monster taming ever, Pokemon and Digimon. Now, here on Crossover, we usually try to find the fastest route from point A to point B. However, that would only be 3 degrees of separation. So yes, we're going to avoid the big crossover games. Nintendo's prized Pocket Monsters might just be one big collectathon, but beyond Super Smash Bros. And Pokemon Conquest, it really hasn't been much of a connectathon. However, if you look beyond the popular spin-off titles and look to the oft-forgotten Pokemon Mini, you'll find Pokemon Tetris. In the time between the second and third Pokemon generations, Nintendo released their smallest cartridge-based system ever. So what kind of amazing games did the Pokemon Mini bring to the table? Nothing but Pokemon Mini games. And since Tetris is one of the easiest games to slap a theme onto due to its low programming cost and the cultural recognizability, it's no real surprise that we got this little block stacker. In fact, this sort of reskinning of Tetris has been the center of lots and lots of legal disputes over ownership. But let's forget about all that boring legalese and instead focus in on the Nintendo Tetris franchise. Nintendo has had their hands in, well, Pokemon Tetris obviously, as well as Tetris Attack, Tetris DS, 3D Tetris, Tetris Blast, Tetris Sphere, Tetris 2, and Tetris on the Game Boy and NES. Wow, that's a lot of Tetris!
Okay, that's a lot about Tetris. But what does this have to do with crossovers? I mean, the only crossover I can see here is Pokemon Tetris.
Patience, my dear assistant. You see, the ending of the NES version of Tetris features an assortment of Nintendo characters, including Samus, Link, Mario, and Luigi. This, my dear viewers, is our convoluted connection from Pokemon to Mario.
Hold up, are we seriously using Tetris as a link between Pokemon and Mario?
Kenny, Tetris is one of the most recognizable video games of all time. I mean, come on! The L Block even won the GameFAQs character battle back in 2007. The freaking L Block, for crying out loud! Besides, do you really want to cop out and just say that Pikachu and Mario cross over through Smash Bros?
No.
Then let's move on. As shown in the Mario Kart series, we know that our main man definitely has a need for speed. But did you know that there's actually a few arcade versions of this franchise? Mario Kart GP first hit the arcades in 2005 and spawned 2 sequels. But here's the best part. These games were not developed by Nintendo. Instead, they were developed by Namco. And you know what that means. Everyone's favorite ghost muncher Pac-Man appears as a playable racer. Pac-Man is hands down the face of Namco, often appearing in games as a bonus character or with his classic likeness being used as an Easter egg. But one strong appearance of his was actually in Anna Kournikova's Smash Court Tennis on the original PlayStation, alongside Heihachi Mishima from Tekken of course. And I have to say, this is definitely a game set match for one of the weirdest team-ups in history.
Hey, our first real-life connection! So, when do we get to meet Kevin Bacon?
Believe it or not, that is actually a lot easier than you'd think. And also, we can do that way faster than MatPat. But don't worry, we'll get to that in due time. But now that we're back on the subject of Tekken, I'd like to talk to you about a little character named Emilie de Roquefort, or Lily for short. Lily is the daughter of a wealthy oil tycoon, and became interested in street fighting. No, not that one. Let's try that again. Lily is the daughter of a wealthy oil tycoon, and became interested in street fighting after being kidnapped and by fighting off one of her captors. When she's not facing off against the world's fiercest fighters, Lily takes to the digital streets with her Numemon. With her Numemon, and faces off against the world's toughest Digimon tamers. Now, most of you probably recognize Digimon as an anime that you grew up with on Saturday mornings before you really knew what anime was. But the series actually began as a Tamagotchi spinoff, which allowed owners to battle their creatures against each other in, well, a digital world. Beyond the popular toys, Digimon found a regular spot on the PlayStation consoles under the moniker Digimon World. These games are similar in tone to the anime, in that your character finds his or herself stuck in the digital world and must partner up with Digimon to save the day and return to real life. This concept, and continuity, continues on to the Japan-only PSP game Digimon World Redigitized, where the series has turned into a giant MMORPG which has millions of players hooked all across the globe, including our Tekken technical, Lily. So that's Pokemon, to Tetris, to Mario, to Pac-Man, to Tekken, to Digimon Digital Monsters.
And here I thought the easiest way to get from Pokemon to Digimon was through Pokemon X and Y. Mega Evolution, anyone?
How long have you been waiting to say that?
Oh, pretty much the entire episode.
Believe it or not, the wide video game multiverse allows us the possibility of seeing Red and his team of champion Pokemon face off against Hero and his team of...
Ultimate, Mega...
his team of devastating Digimon as the rest of us watch on with childish glee.
You totally used a thesaurus, didn't you?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Join us next time for some hardcore parkour. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you have a challenge for us, make sure to leave it in the comments below and we might just take it on. And if you like the video, make sure to subscribe to my personal channel, or you can check out the group channel with Kenny and I. And as always, make sure to subscribe to Game Theory, the smartest channel in gaming.